Good morning, everybody. It's day 3 on the Taster series. Now, this morning I'm going to go through 2 core exercises I want you all to do. And what they are, the exercises, core exercises, the rehab exercises, but the helpful activation exercises, be that for your pelvic floor, for your transverse, for both. Now, I've literally just finished a Fit Mums workout in the online studio, so I'm actually tired. It's our first one back from 2022, so we're all just getting back into it. All right, so that was pretty challenging. And so what we're going to do today is going to start you all off in a 4-point kneeling position. Now, often you see exercises performed on your back and trying to connect with your cores on your back. And it's actually quite hard for your brain to activate those transverse muscles when you're lying down because there's not really too much feedback. But if you flip yourselves over into this position, now the brain has more connection with the visceral and the abdominals and the internal organs. So you should get better feedback for your core muscles. This is great if you've been struggling, especially after a C-section, very, very struggling with your transverse activation. Now, to set yourself upright, knees hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart, and you don't want to hyperextend your elbows. Keep them slightly bent and just make sure you're not starting to drop back. You need to keep your body weight over. That's another helpful tip for your core activation. What I don't want to see is this dropping down into your scapula. We don't want to see that. We want to see strong support. We don't want to see a tilt and you start to work out in this prawn back, okay? So that's not good neither. And neither, I can't move that way, my back will not let me move that way, is in a hyperextension, okay? So imagine a duck back there. So we want to kind of find that neutral. So bottom just slightly, so hips just slightly look up to the ceiling, okay? So think of those seat bones, traffic lights just up to the ceiling. Now, what I want you to do is relax your belly button completely, let it relax, let it drop. Let's take a couple of deep breaths in and out there. And now, on the next exhale, you're going to draw in your belly button, activate your transverse for the count of 3. So deep breath in, relaxing, exhale, think transverse, and you can see, and can you tell me if you can feel a better activation? And release on the inhale. Exhale, we're going 1, 2, 3. Inhale, release your pelvic floors, well done. Exhale. So you should be feeling, keep it going, breathe in. You're going to do about 8 of these. So you should feel that activation. If I was looking over the top of you, I would see a slight narrowing of your waist. I could feel that your transverse were activating on that exhale. Now keep it going. Exhale. This is great to do when you've got baby underneath you, after a nappy change, if you've changed babies on the floor. Breathe in, let it go. So you want to do about 8 to 10 of these reps. Now once we start to advance, this is where we start to come up on the exhale into our hovers. Awesome, awesome exercise to continue on. So do 8 to 10 of those, and you can do 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Now I'm going to use the ball. Using a ball is a little bit harder, but it's just easier for me to show you. What I want you to do is to go onto your sofa. Now if you've got sore wrists, use a fist motion for this one. Now the closer in you are, the easier it is. The further away you are, or with your feet up, the harder it's going to get. Oh my gosh, I've got just girls have drawn on the sofa. You see that? What's going on there? Right. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start on the ball. Now, even this, just that slight lean onto the ball or onto your sofa, you should get a feedback from the brain saying, I need to use my core. This is what I want to try and teach you today, as a lot of exercises don't give you that initial feedback because there's no pressure or no force to activate the muscles and to tell the brain to connect with them. So this exercise today can be done on a ball, it can be done on your sofa, the back of your couch, or your kitchen bench top. Hello, Stormy. All right. Okay. And our kitten, he's 14 weeks old, coming up to say hello. He's got spider webs all over. Where have you been? Okay, so this activates straight away. Can you feel that? Just have a go. I just want you to lean forward, even if it's onto your sofa. If you've got a ball, just lean forward and feel that similar transverse activation as to what you've just felt in that 4-point kneeling. All right, now what we're going to do is we lean forward. So can you feel it? Does it feel like you can't take anything off? But what you are going to do is breathe in, exhale. Now, hips need to stay still. You don't want to see a rotation or any movement. So you keep your shoulder blades down. And it's all cool. Let me show you how it's looking on your sofa. So, as soon as you lean in, feel your core. Exhale, change sides. And you want to do about 12 reps of those. So do both of those. I want you to do your 4-point kneeling activation and then your lifts, okay? So lifting straight up like that with that solid activation, great core muscle connection all the way up, lengthening through your spine. Let me know how you go with those. Do 2 rounds and let's start to work on those the next couple of days. Let me know how you go and tell me how you're feeling with that feedback, with the activation in your 4-point kneeling. Don't forget to also keep doing your 10-10s activation when you open the fridge, make a coffee, do a bottle after a breastfeed, when you leave the house. That's quite a good one. Okay, so that's when you want to do your 10-10s. Also as well, what we put on the email is the hydration. Hydration is key. We are super hot here at the moment over in New Zealand. I know it's very different northern, okay? So colder temperatures, but you're still in heated central heating, so that can increase the demand for fluid without realizing it. So we're kind of all around that 1.8-ish litres normally. 2 litres for everybody in New Zealand and Aussie at the moment. More if you're breastfeeding, okay? It's going to keep us hydrated, reduce tiredness, reduce fatigue, increase brain activation. Okay, everybody, take care. I will see you all tomorrow. I know also there's a few of you who are still not getting the emails for some reason. It's very frustrating, even though you're registered and signed up. I think it might be a block on Yahoo or something towards MailChimp, but then it doesn't make sense that you get some emails. I'm going to put the daily emails up on the announcements here on the Facebook page. All right, everybody, take care. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.